Oh my god, go fuck yourself. Oh, fuck yourself. Dude, just let me fucking go. How many frames? How many fucking frames away was that? One, of course. Cool. Let's just see this fucking disappointment again. One frame, yet a fucking again. Yep, just one way or the other. Pretty sure I could have gotten that. Strummed it one frame too early, and I still had star power on the next frame. Cool. I just fucked that up again. Yep. I am so fucking over this shit. Dude. Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna start wearing a cup when I play this game, because it's just every fucking day, it's just the biggest kick in the balls, no matter what I try to do with it. Oh my fucking lord, that... I don't even want to talk about it. Holy shit. Dude, I 100% thought I overlapped the front end of the solo act. I don't know why. I'm usually like 99% accurate with those assessments at this point. Like, if I get the smallest inkling that I red flamed an act, I'm almost certainly did. And for some reason, it just completely stuck out to me that I red flamed that. And I didn't realize I didn't until after the solo fully ended. Wow. Holy shit. And that last act actually looked like, I mean, obviously lenient is a strong word, but I had to have had a couple frames of leniency on that. But, you know, I really didn't have many nerves going into the whammy because, again, I thought I was minus 200, just doing it for practice. Yeah, I had 3 frames of leniency on that last act. That is by far the best whammy I've ever had on that. And I guess it kind of dampens the statement that I want to make about that, is that that last act is fucking insanely hard. But when you have that much whammy associated with an act, the frame data can just so wildly fluctuate. Dude, I swear that solo front end has a red flame on it. That is so weird. So it's not the red, it's not that I saw a red flame there. It's that the first couple of ticks showed up as regular sustain ticks instead of star power sustain. I have to look back at another run and see if that's the case there. Okay, so I just reviewed 2 separate runs and they both showed up the same way, so I guess that's just something I never noticed, but it does make sense why I initially thought I red flamed that act. I don't know why that stuck out to me this run in particular, but whatever, man, I won't fight it. Again, the nerves going into that last act whammy, and even after going into the last either verse or chorus, whatever, after the solo, when I saw that I was on pace and actually had the ticks I needed, the nerves really didn't skyrocket back up. And that definitely played a part in honing in on that front end and making sure to fret it a frame later instead of red flaming that for the millionth time. But again, with an act that fucking hard, you cannot hold back anything whatsoever. Even though on this particular run, I apparently just had like perfect whammy, because having 3 frames of leniency there means that I actually would have been able to get the path upper bound act, I'm almost positive. The reason this adjustment works, and is pretty frustrating that the path doesn't just use this, but whatever, is that you get the extra frames on the front end from the max dynamic hit window, or close to it, on the sustain. It's at least 2 frames more lenient, but it could be 3. I don't even remember how I came across the path to look for that, but I was pretty surprised that I overlooked that the first time around. To be honest, I don't think I was good enough back then to complete this path, or at least, especially during the time frame I was doing that all in, where I had to leave my console on for a week straight because the bad update exploit was terrible. But yeah, feels really good to close that out after that 999, the fucking literal closest you can get to 1,000 mark. I mean, it's functionally the same as a 996 or a 998 that are much more common, but that is just the extra kick in the teeth. Yeah, I incorrectly said in my first run of this that either the first or last upper bound could get to 380k. That's incorrect. The first act is only worth 200 as far as I know, because the upper bound also laughably gets another note in the solo act. And on top of that, I'm not sure the first upper bound is even possible. On the path, it stretches the front and back ends pretty much to its maximum as far as I can tell, which on an act with multiple whammy is like always a tell to me that the act is likely impossible. Where even the path last act, which again is 2 to 3 frames less lenient than this extremely difficult act, the path activates basically on time with the front end. meaning it has spare whammy / star power. So yeah, basically everything just kind of lined up perfectly to make 380k on this possible. That solo act is very reminiscent of the Caught in a Mosh upper bound solo act, which is like basically impossible, frame perfect with 3 buffered whammies. And from my attempts at it, just trying to salvage any runs that I red flamed the first solo act, the ticking act, I did not even get close to it. And there's no buffered whammy potential as far as I know on Xbox like that, so very likely impossible. I hate that it happened at all, but thank God only one run missed this by ticks. This is probably my second best DLC score behind Detonation, but I don't even really know how to compare it with that. This was fucking hard, a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Just from miscellaneous things starting to go wrong, starting to red flame the front end of the double, and just general extended hit window muscle memory failing me everywhere, especially on that ticking act where I just had to stop using it, putting all these runs even further at risk of missing this by ticks. And it sucks because I know that nobody's even really going to care about this, but pretty insane score.